I get to my unit. They take me in and introduce me to everybody. And there was this one soldier, and it was Specialist Brown. So he was a comedian, such a funny guy. Like he just like cracked people up all day long. He started coming by my room in the evenings. He would just talk. That's all he did. He would just come in there, he'd talk, and then he'd leave. I was not physically attracted to him. To me, he looked goofy. It looked like he'd trip over his own feet. He won me over just because of the way he treated me. There's a lot of guys that try to talk to you, and they're all ladies' men. So he only talked to me though. We started dating, and it was about a year and a half until people found out. Well, he is from Natchez, Mississippi, and that is a very small town. It's on the Mississippi River, and that's where I met his mom 2 days before we were to get married. I remember being mad with him on our wedding day because I was like, oh, so where's your suit? And he's like, oh no, I'm wearing dress uniform. Excuse me? I'm not marrying the Army. But that's what he wanted to do. And I was like, well, you know what? It's him. That is him. And then a month and a half after that, he deployed to Kuwait. So he would try to call me at least once a week. He would call. He let me know that they were going to go dark. He was like, I don't know when the next time I'll be able to talk to you. So when I deployed, Henry didn't know. My unit was doing convoys from Kuwait to Iraq. We went to this airstrip, and for some reason, they couldn't take the fuel at the time. We sat around. They couldn't take it. And the next morning, we dropped our fuel. So we come back, and we're on this highway, and we're in a traffic jam. We're sitting there, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm looking down the road, down the way, like, what are we doing? So I see people hopping in and out of the passenger side on the doors. They get to my window, and they're like, are you Specialist Brown? And I said, yes. I said, we need you to come with me or come with us. They pull into this camp, again, in the middle of nowhere. So I walk into this tent. At the time, I didn't even realize, it didn't dawn on me that the guidon outside was the chaplain's guidon. Walked right past it. I just remember them saying, we regret to tell you that your husband, Henry, they told me what had happened. I didn't hear any of that. Like literally, it's like my ears were ringing. I just went deaf. So the version I got is that it was a mortar attack and that he died instantly. I had a nurse reach out to me and she says, I took care of Henry. She says, whatever the death certificate has on it is not correct. He was medevac to the hospital ship, went through 8 hours of surgery and succumbed to his wounds several hours after surgery. My unit got the message that he was wounded. But because I was on mission, they were going to wait till I got back off of mission. By the time they did find me, he had already passed away. They assigned me an escort back to the States. We landed in Jackson, Mississippi. They put me in a vehicle and we had a police escort the entire way. I mean, honestly, you would have thought it was like the president of the United States because it was just no stopping. We went straight through all the way there. The funeral was supposed to be in the family's church, but they ended up having to have it in a convention center. There was over 1,500 people in attendance. He is buried in Natchez, Mississippi.